So I want to show you guys one of the most underrated tools in filmmaking, and that's the jib. I feel that a lot of YouTubers, a lot of small filmmakers, they all own sliders, but very few own a jib. And this has become one of my favorite tools when it comes to filmmaking, especially if you're a one-man team. And I'm going to show you guys this awesome jib from Konova. This is the S700, and it comes in 3 different models. You have the S400, which is slightly smaller than this one, or you can actually get the S900, which is actually a little bit bigger than this one. Now, why do I like this jib a lot? Well, for one, it's very compact, it's very lightweight, and it's very easy to set up. Now, I'm not gonna go through the whole entire setup process because there's a lot of great videos already on YouTube. In fact, I'll leave a couple of those linked down below if you end up buying one and you wanna learn how to set this up. So the way this Konova jib works is you have the main arm, which is where the jib head assembly is, and it's where your camera will be. Now, towards the back, you have the balancing arm, which is where the weights will go. Now, you can mount the camera directly to the jib head assembly, or you can use a head, which is what I did and I prefer because you can get more interesting shots, and I'll show you guys in a second. So once you mount your camera with all of the accessories, you need to use the weights to counterbalance it. Now, what's awesome about the Konova jib is how easy it is to do that because it has a telescopic arm which allows you to easily move that back and forth just to get the proper balance. And then keep in mind the weights are not included, and neither is a tripod, aka a set of legs. Now, one thing I didn't expect is the fact that Konova includes a carrying bag, and I like this because whenever you're traveling or you're on the go, it just makes it so much convenient to take this everywhere you go. Now, what kind of shots can you get with a jib? Well, for one, you can actually get similar shots to a slider. So for example, if I want to go ahead and use it sort of like a slider, I can go ahead and push in just like a slider, and it gives me that slider movement. I can also go side to side, but something that I really like about a jib and what makes it unique is the elevator shots. It's the ones where you can start down here really low and then essentially just use it as a crane, essentially. Obviously, it's not gonna go very high, but it does give you those interesting shots. But here's one thing that you can't do with a slider, and it's these very nice dynamic movements. So for example, if I'm gonna be shooting this television and I wanna go ahead and start here below, and then essentially just start really high and then kind of do a little parallax effect over here, you know, from the side of the television, I can do all of these interesting shots with a jib and without anybody helping me. I can do this all by myself. Now, if you guys follow me on Snapchat or even Instagram stories, and you guys can see this a lot in my behind the scenes, is that I actually use the jib more than the tripod. It's just a lot more flexible. It's easier for me to move the camera around, or just in general, just reposition things, and I can also get, you know, interesting shots. So there you have it, one of the most underrated tools in filmmaking. Now, if you do end up picking one up, you're definitely gonna wanna put a head. Like I said, this is the Benro head, and I like it because it has this very long arm where I can go ahead and adjust it, and you can get a lot more interesting shots with it, obviously by panning and, you know, doing a lot of different things with it. So if you do end up getting one, I highly recommend using it with a head. I'm gonna go ahead and leave pricing and availability down in the description below. Sometimes you can actually pick this up for even up to 50% off, so I'll make sure and link that in the description if you guys are interested in picking one of these up. Guys, if you guys have any question, you know what to do, leave me a comment down below. Also, make sure to follow me on Snapchat and Instagram stories if you guys wanna watch behind the scenes. Thanks again for watching, and you will catch me in the next one. Adios.